All right, today we're going to dive into something that's a total game changer for developers. AI agents built right into VS Code. We're going to see exactly how you can hand off all those tedious coding tasks, slash your manual work, and just flat out get more done. Let's jump in. So if you're a developer, you know the feeling, right? You're just stuck, spending hours hunting down why a test is failing, refactoring code across a dozen different files, or just grinding away at the same repetitive tasks. Well, what if you could just delegate all of that to an AI teammate living right inside your editor? That's exactly what these agents are here to solve. So here's the game plan for today. First, we'll talk about why this is such a big deal. Then we'll meet our new AI teammates. After that, we'll walk through a real-world debugging scenario, taking a problem from a local fix all the way to a cloud-based pull request. And we'll wrap up with how to keep your workspace tidy and a super simple guide for picking the right agent for any job. Okay, so the first thing you really got to get is that these agents are way more than just fancy autocomplete. We're not talking about it suggesting the next line of code. No. An agent can take on an entire task. It can find the root cause of a bug across a whole bunch of files, write the fix for it, and then rerun the tests to make sure it actually worked. It's all about automating the entire workflow. But before we get our hands dirty, there's one tiny thing we need to do. Pop open your VS Code settings and just search for chat.agent.enabled. You got to make sure that little box is checked. Oh, and a quick heads up. If you see that setting is grayed out or it's not there, it probably means your organization controls it. So you might need to have a quick chat with your admin. All right, setup's done. So let's meet the team. You're going to be working with two main types of agents, a local agent and a cloud agent. The best way to think about them is like having two different specialists on your team, each one with their own unique skills for different kinds of tasks. So what's the big difference between them? Think of it like this. The local agent is your interactive pair programmer. It's running right there inside VS Code. It sees your entire workspace, and it's perfect for when you need to brainstorm in real time or dig deep into a tricky bug. The cloud agent, on the other hand, is more like an autonomous member of your team. It runs somewhere else on remote infrastructure, so you can give it a clear task, like, say, creating a pull request, and it'll just go do it in the background while you get back to work. All right, theory is great, but let's see this thing in action. We're going to tackle a super common problem. We've got a failing unit test, and we need to fix it. This is the absolute perfect job for our interactive buddy, the local agent. Getting a new session going is super easy. Seriously, just go to the chat view, hit that little plus icon for a new session, and from the list that pops up, choose Local Agent. That's it. You've got a fresh session ready for your instructions. Now this part is absolutely crucial. The magic is all in the prompt. A good prompt, like this one, is super specific but also tells the whole story. We're not just saying, fix the bug, we're telling it the exact file, and we're laying out the complete job. Find the cause, write the fix, and, this is key, rerun the tests to prove it's fixed. That level of detail is what lets the agent really shine. And you know what's cool? While the agent is off doing its thing, you don't have to just sit there and watch it. You just keep an eye on this little sparkle icon, the agent status indicator. It'll light up if a session is working or has a message for you, so you can stay in your flow without ever losing track of what your agent's up to. Okay, so the agent's finished its work. Now what? The session will pop up with a little summary of what files it changed. You can click right in, see a diff of exactly what it wants to do, and if you like the fix, you apply it with one click. You're always in control. Nothing gets committed without your say-so. Okay, boom. The bug is squashed. All our tests are passing. Awesome. But we're not done, right? The job isn't finished until that code is merged. So to get this ready for the rest of the team to review, it's time to pass the baton to our other teammate, the cloud agent. And this right here, this is the core workflow you really want to lock in. Use your local agent for all that hands-on interactive stuff, like debugging and figuring things out. Then, once you've got a solution you're happy with, you hand it off to the cloud agent to do the busy work of packaging it all up into a nice pull request for the team. And get this, the handoff is ridiculously smooth. Right in the chat input where you're typing, there's a little drop-down. You just flip it from local agent to cloud agent. And the best part, the entire chat history, all the context, it just carries right over. The cloud agent knows exactly where the local agent left off, and it even archives the old local session for you to keep things clean. Now, once you start using these agents a lot, and trust me, you will, you're going to have a bunch of sessions running. Keeping all that organized is the key to staying efficient, and thankfully, VS Code has some great tools to help you manage everything. Think of it kind of like managing your email inbox, but for your AI tasks. You can filter your view to only see sessions that are still active or have new messages. Once a task is done, just archive it to get it out of the way. Or if you're really done with it, you can delete it completely. You can even toggle how the chat looks between a compact view and a side-by-side mode, whatever works for you. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. We've seen the agents do their thing. We know how to manage them. So let's boil it all down with a simple cheat sheet. This answers the most important question. When do I use which agent? Getting this right is what really unlocks that next level of productivity. It really breaks down pretty simply. If you're doing anything interactive, like brainstorming ideas, exploring a new concept, or fixing a bug where you need the full context of your editor, you want the local agent. That's your pair programmer. But for any task that's well-defined and can run on its own, like implementing a feature in the background or turning a GitHub issue into a pull request, you delegate that to the cloud agent. That's your workhorse. Look, getting this workflow down, knowing which agent to use and when, that's what's going to free you up from the boring stuff and let you focus on solving the big, interesting problems. So that just leaves one question. Now that you've got these AI teammates on your side, what's the very first tedious task you're going to make them do?